guys, it's Scott here and welcome to my Premier League predictions for this game week. Hopefully you do enjoy this. If you do, please hit the thumbs up button down below to show your support. So, we're going to jump straight in because today is another Friday night football game. Obviously, the first game of this week is going to be Chelsea versus Liverpool. It's happening tonight. I think it's at 8 o'clock the kickoff is. So, that is going to be the first game that we try and get the result correct for. So, obviously, Chelsea have been looking pretty good this season under Conte. But they sort of faltered a little bit in their last game. Okay, they got a little bit unlucky with a clear foul on Gary Cahill as Swansea went 2-1 up. But then they managed to get a late equaliser and Diego Costa was a bit of a beast. On the contrary, Liverpool absolutely destroyed us. That was a great trip. I'm glad I made that one. So, yeah, they won 4-1. We got destroyed. So, in this game, what do I think is going to happen? It's hard to call because Liverpool going forward looks so good, but Chelsea have actually been pretty solid throughout this season so far. So we're going to sort of play it safe and say there'll be goals, but it'll be a draw. Okay, I would like that to be the result, seeing as I'm going to be spending 2 hours watching it tonight. So hopefully it's an entertaining game. Then we move on to the Saturday games, and we start off with Hull versus Arsenal. Hull still doing okay this season. Arsenal. Not incredible in the Champions League the other day. They did manage to get a late equaliser against PSG, but they apparently just did not play that well, and their fans weren't too happy in that game. So, I'm still going to go with Arsenal to win, but not by like a massive margin. I think that they'll have the quality to beat Hull. It'd be surprising if they didn't, but I don't think they're going to absolutely destroy them. I say this, it'll probably end up being like 7-0. Or Hull will win, knowing how my predictions go, but it's fine. I'm going to say 2-0 Arsenal. Next we move on to us versus Burnley, or Leicester versus Burnley, whatever you want to say. And we actually won in midweek, which was pretty goddamn cool. Our first ever Champions League game, we won away against Bruges 3-0. So, that's pretty awesome. Our confidence in our squad must be pretty high after that. Your first game in a brand new competition and you actually go away and win. If we can take that sort of confidence into the league, that'd be great. Riyad actually getting 2 goals as well should hopefully boost his confidence because in the last few games he's not looked incredible. So maybe he can actually be a bit brighter in the Premier League. So Burnley have been okay again, not insanely good, not insanely bad, so I think that we should be able to win this game. In terms of our, I guess, very critical fans, this is a must-win game. In terms of the actual season, one game isn't going to make that much difference, but you would think if we want to sort of achieve the things that we do, like get top 10 or whatever, then we should be beating the likes of Burnley. So I'm going to say 2-1, but obviously it could go anyway, knowing us. Man City versus Bournemouth. Man City looking very good. Just absolutely smashing it this season. Obviously, they won't have Aguero for this game, but that didn't seem to really matter in their last league game. So I'm still going to go with their big victory against Bournemouth here. Maybe they'll leak a goal because I seem to keep John Stones in my fantasy team every week and he still hasn't kept a clean sheet. So most likely I'll do the same again this week and they'll concede a goal. That's why I've gone 4-1. Next, we move on to West Brom versus West Ham. West Brom, just boring as per usual. West Ham, absolutely failing last week. Were 2-0 up against Watford and then managing to lose 4-2 is not good for them. So they really need to bounce back in this game. Obviously, they've got like Payet back in their team and everything. So they're looking a little bit better. Hopefully, they can do a little better in defence this week, though. Against a team that doesn't really attack that much, maybe they'll have better luck. So I'll go 1-0 West Ham. Next, we move on to Everton versus Borough. Obviously, Everton doing pretty well against Sunderland, winning 3-0. Lukaku hat-trick after having a drought for quite a while. Getting a hat-trick within like 15 minutes, I think it was. So he's in very good form. The rest of the team looking okay, obviously keeping a clean sheet. Borough have been okay this season so far, but sort of not lighting it up in the way that some people thought they would maybe after the first game or two. So I think Everton will win this one. Whether they'll keep a clean sheet or not, I'm not sure. Their defence is okay, but not incredible. So we'll go 2-1. It's a safe result, isn't it, really, in terms of prediction? It's a very, very common scoreline. Next, move on to Watford versus Man U. Now, I've gone Man U to win 2-1 here. Obviously, they failed to beat Feyenoord in the Europa League midweek, which is not incredible for them. Watford, like I say, getting that good comeback win against West Ham was big for them. So I think that they'll still score, but it feels like Man U just have the quality to beat them, surely. Okay, they lost to Pep and Man City, but they're an incredible team. Oh, Watford? Not really. They should be able to beat them with the likes of Ibra, Pogba, etc. So that's why I've gone with that scoreline there. Next, move on to Palace, Stoke. Two teams that this season not been good. Stoke are doing woeful, really, to be honest with you, especially by their standards. It's just a shocking start to the season. So I'm still going to go 1-1. I just feel like they have a couple of players that can do good things. They've just not been doing it so far this season. So maybe they'll pull off a point against Palace here, who, again, haven't been incredible. Obviously, losing out on Remy to injury is not going to help them either. But if Benteke's started firing, then maybe that could be good for them. It's going to be a difficult one to call. So I've gone with a draw. Now, the last two, we go to Southampton versus Swansea. Southampton picking up a comfortable 3-0 victory in their Europa League game is obviously good for confidence for them. Swansea getting a point against Chelsea is pretty good. Well, very, very good, really, seeing the form that Chelsea were in. So both teams having a sort of good patch in the last week or so, and looking forward to this result, or this fixture even, not result. So I think Southampton are just going to be too good for Swansea. Like I said, when they played against us 2 weeks ago, they just looked bad. Against Chelsea, they seemed to do things, I'm not really sure how. Obviously, their second goal was a foul, but still, they didn't play that bad. So I'm only going to go 2-0 Southampton in this one, not a massive smashing. And then the final game, we move on to Spurs versus Sunderland. I've gone 3-0 in this one. Spurs looking decent. Obviously failing to win. They actually lost, at home, at Wembley to Monaco in the Champions League, losing 2-1. But Sunderland, I mean, they're just not great this season, really, are they? So I'm going to go with Spurs to win this one, a comfortable victory of 3-0. So leave your predictions down in the comment section down below. Hopefully you do enjoy this video, and hopefully you do enjoy the game tonight if you are going to watch it. I may potentially stream afterwards. You need to follow me on Twitter if you're not already to see whether I will be. And yeah, I'll see you guys then. Goodbye.